Definition: Secret diverticulum more formalis. The common asset hyper Parhinehal. Diverticulum is a post-tax convex form of the fusion of the hypoglossum, eating esophagus, an area common as the Kilian triangle. This was usually causes problems by disrupting food, as it is the solid which causes suffocation and inspiration.
Hey guys, and welcome to How to Gastro. Today we'll be talking about Zenker's diverticulum. So what is Zenker's diverticulum? Zenker's diverticulum is a sac-like outpouching of the mucosa and submucosa through Killian's triangle, an area of muscular weakness between the transverse fibers of the cricopharyngeus muscle and the inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscles. Zenker's diverticulum is known as a pseudo-diverticulum, which basically means a false diverticulum, because it does not involve all the layers of the esophageal wall. So at the bottom here, you can see Killian's triangle, and this is actually where Zenker's diverticulum forms. On the right here, you see this is the outpouching. And from a lateral view, you can see the pouch at the back here. Here's the esophageal wall. From the mucosa or from fistulization into a major vessel or esophageal obstruction and fistulization into the trachea. So I put a note on the side, and if you don't know what a fistula is, it's basically a passage between a hollow tubular organ and the body surface, or between two hollow or tubular organs. So you can imagine a passage here. This is actually the trachea, and the esophagus is very, very narrow here. Because of this diverticulum is very large in size, it pushes down on the lumen, and the lumen size is actually decreased considerably in a large diverticulum. And this diverticulum will actually cause an esophageal obstruction, which it is actually doing here. And in smaller diverticulums, you can see the patient is still able to eat and the esophagus is not obstructed. This lumen is quite large and food is able to pass down here. So how can we diagnose a Zenker's diverticulum? We could use a barium swallow. Barium sulfate is a metallic compound that shows up on x-rays and is used to help see abnormalities in the esophagus and stomach. And when taking the test, the patient drinks a preparation containing the solution, and the x-rays will track its path through the esophagus are in line. Stage 3, the hypopharynx is in line with the diverticulum and the esophagus is indented and pushed anteriorly. We also have the Morton system, and here there's also 3 divisions. Small sacs are less than 2 centimeters in length, intermediate sacs are 2 to 4 centimeters in length, and large sacs are greater than 4 centimeters in length. We also have Van Oerbeke system, and here the small sacs are less than 1 vertebral body in length, intermediate sacs are 1 to 3 vertebral bodies in length, and large sacs are greater than 3 vertebral bodies in length. So these systems essentially use either the cavity between the esophagus and the diverticulum. So here you can see that it has been severed. This is, of course, a view from above, so you can see that the septum has been cut open here. Picture C is actually a lateral view.
Epidemiology. Esophageal diverticular occur in less than 1% of the population. They are found in approximately 1% to 3% of the those with dysphagia is can occur at the half aggregate, but is usually diagnosed in the elderly. They are usually found more in men tanks in one. Causes. The diverculum of a center usually arises due to the tension of the cricoportion hand muscle. This muscle constitutes the upper esophageal sphincter, a located whose well-located level of the voice was normally relaxed during swallowing to our food to pass into the spouse. When this muscle does not relax, swallowing pressure push food against the back wall of the hypoglossum, causing inductual decycling, the combination of obstruction, pressure a burden with the repair or to ones as one eventually lead to apartments, burn or prawns or shank diverter. El tuberculin continues to enlarge as more food is pressed.
Hi friends, today I am going to discuss about Jenker's diverticulum. For this you have to know the anatomy of the muscle, inferior constrictor muscle, which lies near the pharyngoesophageal junction. This inferior constrictor muscle has two types of muscle layers, upper oblique layer and lower horizontal layer. The upper oblique layer is called as thyropharyngeus muscle and lower horizontal layers are called cricopharyngeus muscle layer. These both are in Mecker's diverticulum. This is the diverticula occurring at thyropharyngeus muscle is supplied by pharyngeal plexus and cricopharyngeus is supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve. Then neurological incoordination is thought to be a cause. More than 50 years are more susceptible and most common clinical manifestation is dysphagia. Barium swallow is the investigation of choice for any type of dysphagia. It also occurs but it is very rare. Coming to the excision, if the diverticula is less than 4 centimeters, only cricopharyngeal myotomy is sufficient. But if the size of the diverticula is more than 4 centimeters, along with cricopharyngeal myotomy, excision of the sac will also be done. And diverticula. The septum between esophagus and diverticula will be done. And this is done by using a linear cut.
Risk factors. The risk of developing a second diverticulum increases as a person ages. People with a history of neurological diseases, such as stroke, are particularly vulnerable to the development of the second diverticulum. Treatment is if a second diverticulum is causing symptoms, surgical treatment may be recommended. Surgery usually involves cutting the things cricoprachial muscle, a. Removing the fat, cutting the muscle is essential for the success of the surgery. With a very small diverticulum, simply dividing the muscle occasionally can help detect the complex cracking abnormal spatial contour. With larger diverticular muscle division solve the combined with a procedure to remove the back. This can be done on an external or endoscopy approach. With an external approach, an incision is made in text. Next are the surgeon to sponsor the exopause, the cricorpan hand, muscles identified I could, the verticulum was identified a remote.
There's some controversy as to whether or not it has to be treated. Definitely
Certainly, if it's symptomatic and is impacting your quality of life or causing aspiration and possible pneumonia, you should be treated. But if it's not impacting your quality of life significantly, there's some thought that you can leave it alone, but there's also some thought by leaving it there untreated, you may actually worsen or weaken the swallowing muscles above it. This is still unclear. That being said, the sac can be treated in multiple ways. Two general categories is one is transcervical, or making a cut in the neck and going through the neck, which is the more traditional way of treating it, and then removing the sac completely. The more recent treatment is endoscopic, which is through the mouth. This will cause often less pain, less discomfort, and a faster recovery, creating one large cavity. So the sac is still there, but any food or liquid that goes, and you can cut that wall either using a stapler or using a laser or a harmonic scalpel.
Conclusion. Sacral is a rare pathological entity that does not necessarily require treatment in the case with the increase in the expansion intraocular endoscopy. The behavior disorders endoscopy, diverticulotomy is a very good option for the management of this patient. We are low complete rare.
How to treat esophageal diverticulum. Esophageal diverticulitis are pockets formed in your esophagus that can trap food and cause difficulty with swallowing. Most esophageal diverticulitis do not have symptoms and they may not require any special treatment. That said, if your condition is severe, you should visit your doctor. Diverticulitis are often caused by other gastrointestinal disorders such as acid reflux or achalasia. Esophageal diverticulitis may be resolved when you treat the larger problem. In other cases, diet can help relieve pain and discomfort while allowing you to manage your symptoms. In severe cases, surgery may be necessary with your doctor. In most cases, esophageal diverticulitis requires no special treatment. You should still have regular checkups at. The doctor will lower a tube down your throat to examine what types of pockets are developing in your gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, which is the cause of Maalox, Mylanta, Rolaids, Tums. Consider surgery if treatment worsens. If you are no longer able to swallow without pain, if food is entering your lung,